Welcome to Tansson TV Plus. I'm Brandon.
And I'm Mom.
Thank you so much for joining us here today.
Yep, thank you for joining with us again.
Well, Mom, this is an early January day, or should say late January day. How are you doing today?
I'm doing fine, Brandon. It is a cold day here.
Yes, and we're all hoping and wishing for snow that may or may not happen.
Yes, we're all kind of looking outside like, does this mean we go to work on Monday? And just so everyone knows, today is Saturday, January the 24th of 2026.
Yes, and so the snowy weather is what prompted us to decide to speak about this double episode.
Yes, Brad and I were talking earlier today, and we were trying to figure out what TV show that we could talk about or movie that actually had to deal with a snowstorm. Supposedly, a snowstorm is a coming here, and so we just were trying to figure out what can we talk about. That's actually a fun episode, and actually, Brandon and I thought about the same episode close to the same time.
And Mom, and what episode is that?
We're going to talk about family ties, specifically the birth of a Keaton, and that occurs during a snowstorm. And Brandon, can we talk about our other connection really early?
Mom, we can go ahead.
Alrighty. Our other connection is that it actually premiered on January 24th of 1985. So not only are we talking about a snowstorm, we're also talking about something that premiered on that exact same date, or I should say aired rather. It aired on the exact same date of today.
Yes, 41 years ago.
Yes. Yeah, so gosh, when you say it like that, Brandon. But anyway, so let me tell you a little bit about this particular episode. In this episode, Elise goes into labor while singing a song on live TV during Stephen's annual pledge telethon. And then Stephen, of course, is not there when she goes into labor. So he needs to rush to her aid during a snowstorm.
Well, Mom, thank you so much for that.
You're welcome, Brandon.
And overall, what were your thoughts about this episode?
Actually, Brandon, I really like this episode. We have been watching, as you know, this has been the month of mockumentaries, or at least on Fridays. And so it was actually very nice and refreshing to watch this nice family episode. And so it was just a fun watch for me.
Well, yes, it definitely was a fun watch for me as well. And we were speaking a little bit in sort of the hours leading up to us rewatching the episodes in the sense of, is this one that we have, remembered or memorized? And Mom, how much did you remember of the double episode?
Well, I remembered the episode, but I had not. This is not an episode that I have memorized fully. I knew some lines that were going to be said, of course, but it's not an episode that I have memorized, nor have I seen it a lot. But I'm very familiar with the episode, though.
Yes, I'm definitely familiar with the episode as well. And so, of course, this is one that I've seen, from time to time. And so there's certain lines that I've definitely have memorized. And other parts it's been great to see because most of the time in syndication, these episodes are unfortunately reduced by a few minutes. So it's nice to see the full version.
Yes, it really was nice. And I think you and I talked about some things that I didn't realize was really occurring on the episode. Like you picked up on, there's certain lines, of course, that I remembered, certain lines that you remembered. And it was nice to see what we remembered that was a little different from each other.
Yes, and we'll definitely, of course, speak about some of our memorable and favorite parts, of course, from the episode. But overall, what would you say makes this episode stand out? Because again, we both determined that this is the episode in terms of snowy weather.
I just remember, well, the plumber, which sounds odd, but in this particular episode, the Stevens plumbing was not going well. And so that was the reason why Stephen had to come home and leave Elise during the telethon itself. And so the plumber stands out because he actually had to drive Stephen. And then, of course, Skippy, for some odd reason, was there too. But he drove them all to the TV studio so that they could so that Stephen could be with Elise. And they were able to pick up the doctor on the way. But anyway, the plumber in this episode is the one that stands out to me, and the fact that he actually had to be the one to take Stephen to Elise. And so, and because it was a snowstorm as the reason why, that's the reason why it kind of stood out.
Yes, I definitely remember the plumber, and it's nice to see the plumber, the neighbor Skippy, and the doctor all sort of huddled in a car with Steven trying to get to not even the hospital, but the TV station there on time.
Yes, and then the one other thing that stands out, of course, is why I remember the episode is the fact that Elise was singing, and the fact that she couldn't reach or the one note that she was trying to sing, and that's when she determined she was in labor. But those are a couple things that kind of stand out in this episode. What I didn't pick up the first time I watched it, and now keep in mind, 41 years ago, so, and I was overseas, so I never would have seen this when it came on TV itself. But the blizzard that was going on outside in the window. It was interesting to watch that in the background because they really, for the first episode itself, didn't really say much about the weather at all. And so to kind of look at at the end of the first episode and you see the blizzard, it's like, oh, so have they had this scene out there the whole time period?
Yeah, it's definitely interesting to think about, especially since they didn't really even mention the whole fact about snow or the weather outside of that. It's getting colder outside until it became plot relevant. But I like that there were enough Easter eggs and little snippets of it throughout to lead up to it.
Yeah, and something else that I thought was interesting is during the first episode itself, they never even mentioned Elise and the baby. I mean, Elise's baby, or I should say the Keaton baby. So it's as a way to, I guess, to distract the audience. They didn't mention it at all.
Yeah, I mean, the only way that you would have known that was going to happen, of course, over these episodes, which was not a 1 hour special, it was actually over 2 weeks.
Yes.
Yeah, the only way you would have known about it if you, I guess, pulled up the TV guide, read about it and saw that the episode was titled Birth of a Keaton.
Yes. Yeah. Very true. Very true.
Well, Mom, before I get into some of my thoughts, did you want to rate the episodes?
Oh yeah, you guys know I like to rate these episodes 1 to 5, 5 being the highest. I gave this one a 4 because it is just cute. I mean, there were a couple laugh out loud moments where Brandon and I were just sitting there giggling. I don't know if it's just a giggling day for us, but we were just sitting there giggling while we were watching it.
Yeah, so Mom, I'm going to have to agree with you for the both of the episodes.
All right, Brandon, go ahead. What else did you want to discuss?
Well, no, and I want to say that for me, one of my most memorable parts going back to it, and it definitely served, and one that I'd forgotten about. The one I'm going to say I forgot about was the comedian they had, Jackie Jackerson.
Yes, and I remember that comedian per se being on the show, and like you said in syndication, I don't know how much they cut out, but he actually made me giggle too.
Yes, yes, I definitely was quite enjoying his speech, even if, as they said on the show, that everyone except for new babies would have heard heard it from the last time.
Yes. In between that, and there was a doctor who happened to be there during Pledge Week, Dr. Wilton. This is what you actually brought out to me that I had completely forgotten about. And the fact that he was a botanist. And so I'm not quite sure how he would have helped during this whole delivery portion, but that was actually, he actually had a fun episode. So that was funny to watch too.
Yes, Doctor Witt, the plant doctor, I thought was hilarious, especially like with his delivery. But so I did remember him being there and them mentioning him as the plant doctor. The part that I don't remember, but I think you actually had to pause for a second for us to catch our breath and laughing, is when he looked at Elise and said that, "When was the last time you've been watered?"
Yes, because he picked up her hand and just kind of shook it. That's it. When was the last time you've been watered? And so that made both of us laugh.
Yes, and to put her near a window with some sunlight.
Yes, yes. Yes. And so, for those of you out there, if you remember this episode, let us know in the comments if you remember or like this episode. And then, if you have other winter episodes that you find intriguing or that you like, that's just fun to watch, let us know because this is an episode that Brandon and I just kind of thought of at the same time.
Yes, it definitely is. And Mom, before I head into our connections, I actually did find some interesting information about the plumber.
All right, what did you find out?
So the actor that portrays the plumber, acting is actually his second career.
Oh, what's his first career?
He had actually spent 28 years as a homicide detective.
Oh gosh, what a huge difference! Wow, wow.
Yeah, and so I just happened to, like I said, I do my research ahead of us making these discussions. But I just thought that was really fascinating, and that he was chosen to act for a movie while he was still a detective, and they convinced him in it, and now he had a second career.
Do you know what movie it is?
So the movie is Prince of the City.
Oh, okay. I've never seen that. But that, do you know what? I'm assuming in the 80s.
Yes, 1982.
Oh, okay. Wow. Well, those of you who got like that type of movies, you'll have to check out The Plumber. What is his name, Brandon?
Ron Karabatsos.
All righty. All right. All right. What kind of connections did we have?
Okay, so our main connection. So we have two different sets of connections. Our main one is with the creator and producer, and of course, I'm sure you are familiar with him, Mom.
All right. Go ahead, Brandon. Let us know.
Yes. So the producer of the series is Gary David Goldberg, and of course, he not only created Family Ties, but also the series.
Oh, Day by Day?
Yes.
All right. Yes.
Yes, I knew you were going to know that one.
Oh, yes.
But yes, so he created Day by Day. And then we also have a connection with the director of the episode, Will McKenzie.
All right. Tell me about him.
So I feel like we've mentioned him quite a few times over the past several years, but we recognize him from doing the first episodes of Too Close to Comfort, Day by Day, Major Dad, alongside the first episode of the series that was later known as Nothing Is Easy.
Okay. All right. So those are good to know, Brandon. Any other connections for us?
Yes. So that's actually it for that. And the series Nothing Is Easy was previously called.
Together we stand.
Yes. And so yeah. So that's sort of the roundup for our connections for this episode.
All right. And you guys know we like to have Brandon and I like to have fun watching these TV shows and hopefully open your eyes to new TV shows that are out there or TV shows that have been out there for years with familiar episodes and something fun to watch. And so, like I said, once more, let us know if there are any winter episodes that you guys liked, and we'd love to check them out. All right.
Yes, I definitely would.
All right. We thank everybody for watching today.
We look forward to seeing you next time.
All right. Have a great day, everybody.